on you? Not really.
Hey, I gotta ask a question. I gotta turn this shirt inside out, because I forgot to bring another shirt. I normally do. All right, just checking.
How's it going?
That's right.
This Camden County Contractor Council Board is in session for February the 2nd, 2022. Madam Secretary, do you read the board rules?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Please silence all cell phones. If you wish to speak, please let the board secretary know in advance. Otherwise, raise your hand for the board chair to recognize your request. When the chairman calls you to speak, come to the podium. We're not going to adjust the microphone. Then state your name and address for the record. You are requested to keep your remarks brief and factual. Both parties of any issue will be granted uniform maximum time to speak. It usually runs around 3 to 5 minutes. This hearing is considered quasi-judicial. Conduct is formal and profane or derogatory comments will not be tolerated.
Madam Secretary, do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, with all members present, we do.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Do we have proof of publication of the notification of this meeting?
Chairman.
Okay. Hold it on.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Yes, sir,
much.
Mr. Chairman. It was published in the Escambia County Sun Press on Thursday, January 27th, 2022.
Very good. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of
Motion.
December the 1st.
Motion to approve?
Is there a second? Any discussion, addition, or deletion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the minutes are approved. We moved into item number 5, which is a public forum. This is an opportunity for general public to come before the board on any subject that's not on the agenda.
I didn't receive any speaker request forms.
Then we'll move forward. Board Secretary status report.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. First, I would like to introduce our new counsel, Mr. Chase Flippo. Mr. Matt has been promoted to attend to larger items than our board.
I don't know if you can handle it. That's such a large promotion.
Well, yes, Mr. Chairman, I doubt it's a promotion, but we'll be working with other departments and we'll be sitting with other
Well, good.
boards. So I've just had Mr. Flippo.
We can't get rid of you, though. You'll still be
No,
around.
I will probably be in this building more often than I already am. So,
Okay.
But it's been a pleasure sitting with this board for the last several years, and I've known Mr. Flippo for longer than I've been sitting with this board. He and I used to work together, so he will do
Good.
a fine job, I'm sure.
Welcome aboard. I hope we entertain you.
All right, Mr. Chairman. Also, we have an item, Cyrus Shams doing business as Seashell Construction Group, LLC, state registered license number RC 7671, Contractor Competency Board Complaint Number 210541, COM. It's in regard to Catherine Moody, homeowner complainant at 6761 Bellevue Pines Road in Pensacola, Florida. If you recall, like 3 months ago, this hearing was actually set to proceed to
Yep.
disciplinary. However, Escambia County wishes to withdraw from that. The permit was obtained. There were some questions about how long a contractor has to apply for the permit after the contract. Unfortunately, in this instance, he met all the requirements, so we have nothing to proceed with.
Entertain a motion to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the complaint is dismissed.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The next item is Robert Cornelius. He is requesting to step down from general contractor to residential contractor. He was previously approved by this board in 2019 to take the examination for general contractor. He subsequently took the test for residential contractor. I don't know what happened there, but he would like to have this board's approval to step down to obtain his residential contractor license.
He has taken the test.
He has taken the test for residential contractor and passed.
Entertain a motion to approve the request to step down from general to residential contractor for Robert Cornelius.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the request to step down from general to residential contractor for Robert Cornelius is approved.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We're going to move on to contractor applications at this time. In Civic Clerk, our first item is Daniel Root. However, what was published to my Escambia website, the first item is Tobin Tyler. We are going to proceed with what we entered with our first item being Mr. Root.
Okay.
And that's what has been distributed to everybody today. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Tranasa White to do the applications.
Our first applicant is Mr. Daniel Root, application for reinstatement. Mr. Root, come up to the podium, please. State your first, last name, address for the record.
Daniel Root, 210 Via de Luna Drive, Pensacola Beach.
Mr. Root is applying for reinstatement of his RR0067391 license. He failed to renew it and has exceeded the 3 years, so it needs this board's approval for reinstatement. Mr. Root, if you can please explain the circumstances surrounding why you did not renew.
I renewed my state license. I've kept my CEUs up to date. I've had another business I've been taking care of, and I just didn't renew my county license.
But your state license is up to date.
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, your application for reinstatement, Mr. Root, is approved.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next applicant is Toby Tobian Taylor. First, last name, and address for your record.
Tobin Tyler, 5610 Sandview Drive, Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, application for examination is a residential contractor, sir.
It is staff's recommendation that this application be approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the application for examination for Tobin Tyler. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, application for examination is approved. Thank you, Mr. Tyler.
Thank you, sir.
And welcome to Escambia County.
Thank you. The next applicant is Richard Vinson. First and last name and address for the record, please.
Richard Benson, 221 Beacon Road, Pensacola, Florida.
This application for examination for unlimited roofing to be approved, sir.
Staff's recommendation is to approve.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the application for examination for unlimited roofing for Richard Benson is approved.
Thank you.
Mr. Benson.
The next applicant is Philip Camarda. Camarda.
Philip Camarda, 2321 Highway 97, Molino, 32577.
This application for examination is for a residential contractor.
And it,
Go ahead.
and it's staff's recommendation to approve.
Very good.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the application for examination for residential contractor for Philip Camarda is approved. Thank you, Mr. Camarda.
Thank
We'll move to
Probable cause?
probable cause.
Yes,
None
sir.
on here. None on here.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. If you flip over your agenda, we will move into item 8.1, Charles M. Kelson, the fourth, doing business as Kelson Plumbing LLC, state certified license number CFC 1428575, contractor competency board complaint number 211293 COM. It's in regard to Denise Bond, homeowner complainant at 7714 Brook Meadow Place, Pensacola, Florida, 32514. Again, this contractor is state certified and this board is limited in what we can do. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Melissa Reber, our investigator, for her investigation notes.
Good morning, Melissa Reber, Investigations. On December 6, 2021, Escambia County Building Services received a complaint from Denise Bond regarding work done by Charles Kelson, doing business as Kelson Plumbing, between August 2021 and November 2021. She stated that she paid Kelson Plumbing in full what she was verbally quoted, $1,340. She states the breakdown she was given was plumbing work, $1,200, a permit for $120, and a faucet for $20. Ms. Bond stated that she repeatedly throughout the project asked Mr. Kelson for a scope of work, work schedule, and invoice, but was never provided anything. Ms. Bond indicated that Mr. Kelson delayed the project several times, not having all of the supplies needed. On November 17, 2021, Mr. Kelson completed the work, but advised Ms. Bond that she owed him more money. Ms. Bond said she inquired what for and again about a permit and inspection, and he told her that no permit was required. Ms. Bond told him that she paid for a permit and the original payment, therefore expected one. An altercation occurred in which Ms. Bond states that Mr. Kelson threatened to tear everything out of the home that he had installed. Ms. Bond claims that Mr. Kelson attempted to steal her tools until she called 911 to report a battery. She states at that time Mr. Kelson threw her tools into a neighbor's yard. On November 18, 2021, Ms. Bond obtained a plumbing permit on her own for 2 basins, 1 bathtub, dishwasher, kitchen sink, washing machine, and water heater, which she states was the work Mr. Kelson performed. On November 19, 2021, the work was inspected and passed. However, the inspector did advise her that she needed to put insulation around the pipes in the attic, which she advised she has done. On December 9, 2021, I spoke with Charles Kelson, advising him of the complaint. Mr. Kelson stated that the escalation was due to Ms. Bond's behavior in a disrespectful way of dealing with him. He said she was trying to act as her own GC and that the property was for rental purposes. He stated on the day of the escalation she refused to pay him in full. He stated that he had enough and wanted to be done with the project. He did advise that the lack of a permit was an oversight on his part. Mr. Kelson suggested he would obtain the permit. However, I informed him that Ms. Bond had pulled the permit as owner builder and had the work inspected. we decided how this case, we discussed how this case would progress to a disciplinary hearing after it was reviewed by key staff. Could progress to a disciplinary hearing after it was reviewed. And I also just last week received information that Ms. Bond had also filed with DBPR, and Mr. Kelson was assessed a fine, and he did pay that fine, and so the state is through with any action.
Entertain a motion to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Being no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Being none, the motion is approved. The complaint is dismissed.
Thank you.
Move to the second.
I was waiting for it to come up. Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Our second one is Timothy R. Sanders, doing business as Timothy R. Sanders, state registered license number RC 0067144. Contractor Competency Board complaint number 211183 COM. It's in regard to Loretta Harrison, homeowner complainant at 6924 Corydale Drive, Pensacola, Florida 32506. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Reber. I believe Ms. Harrison is present. Mr. Sanders, are you here? I don't believe Mr. Sanders is present. Go ahead, Ms.
On October 18th, 2021, we received a complaint regarding an installation of a roof in December 2020, which owner determined was done without a permit, therefore no final inspection was done. Property owner Loretta Harris stated the roof has been paid in full and she has been unable to get them to pull a permit and get the roof inspected. Over the months, I've had several conversations with employee Dan Jones, who is an authorized agent under Timothy Sanders' license. I have also spoken to Timothy Sanders, and he continues to say he will get this handled. November 17th, 2021, Dan Jones did have the permit reinstated, however, no final inspection was done. Ms. Harrison completed and recorded a new notice of commencement in order to help expedite the process. Several messages have been left for Dan Jones and Timothy Sanders requesting they contact our office and schedule a final inspection. They also have not completed the roofing affidavit. Currently, the contractor license is now expired with Escambia County for failure to pay their license renewal fee. I've also had several conversations with the licensing investigator in Brevard County, where he is licensed, and she says he continues to work, that he has gotten away from roofing and he's doing other things, but last week I advised her we were having this meeting, and she said she didn't expect him to travel to Escambia, but she would try and assist in getting it done. So we still have an active permit. It's just not done the inspection, and I don't think he can get that inspection without renewing with us.
That's correct. Ms. Harrison is present. If you would like to hear from her, she would need to be sworn in.
Okay, I'd like to hear from her.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Your right hand.
Yep.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Ms. Harrison, if you'll state your name and address for the record.
My name is Loretta Harrison. Sorry. I live at 6924 Corydale Drive, Pensacola, Florida, 32506.
Would you like to tell us what your position is right now?
Mr. Sanders, or Sanders Roofing, I contacted them and I asked them, because of Sally, that we had to have our roof replaced. He came out in December. Oh, he did it. He did a good job. And then I changed insurance companies in March, and the new insurance company, I didn't even know that he had not done the final inspection until the insurance company told me that he had not completed the final inspection. So I tried to get a hold of him. I got nowhere with him, so then I reached out to Escambia to see if there was anything that I could do, that if I could possibly do another permit or something, just to satisfy my insurance company that the roof had been done, and it has been done. It's been done since December of 2020. I don't know what else to do.
Can she pull a permit?
So you would really, Tim, do you want to respond to that? The roof has been fully completed at this time. Can the homeowner, after the fact, pull a new permit, and without it having an in-progress inspection?
They can, but the problem is us not being able to look at it, or there's not a roofing affidavit, in progress roofing affidavit. In other words, we can't look at it, and only a roofing contractor or an architect or an engineer can sign that affidavit. Obviously a roofing contractor can't, but an architect or an engineer could do an affidavit. It's possible.
I just need to know how to proceed.
Yeah, you need to get your insurance covered, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because you got a roof that's been put on.
Yes, and he did a good job, but just, he didn't, and I don't know why he didn't call for the final.
Would you not be able to get a new wind mitigation certificate that could be signed off by any of the Class 2 licenses or an architect or engineer?
Wind mitigation has nothing to do with
Which you would still have to
in-progress inspections.
Well,
That's a totally different, separate thing.
Well, but as far as the criteria goes, the nail off of the roof decking would be ascertained, and the type of secondary water barrier, if any, or the underlayment would be ascertained. So what would be left on the in-progress inspection?
Was there a
Also
roofing
the
affidavit?
H-loops.
No, there was no roofing affidavit provided. And also, a lot of insurance companies are no longer accepting wind mitigation reports in lieu of inspections done by the local jurisdiction.
Well, it's not an alternative. That's a completely separate thing. There's nothing in the building code about wind mitigation.
No, I just meant as far as getting that information to the board or to you to interpret that as having the same criteria as what would be in the in-progress inspection.
I wouldn't have the authority to say it is.
Yeah.
The authority lies in required inspections, and one of the ways of satisfying that required inspection is an affidavit from a roofing contractor, architect, or engineer. And that's the only options.
I want to confirm, his license in Escambia County is expired?
His license is currently delinquent, yes, expired.
Again, we're happy to do that inspection, but on a re-roof, the whole reason for an affidavit is to not tear the roof completely off, expose it waiting on an inspector, for weather, checking and nailing, secondary water barrier. It allows that contractor to keep moving to protect the roof, and because we're talking existing roof.
All he needs to do is provide the affidavit.
Right.
Any way we can induce that, like through the state or through Broward County, to get him to sign the affidavit?
It's my understanding we've requested it several times.
From him or Broward County?
Well, I haven't had much communication. It seems like when I contact the investigator in Broward, he will call me. She says he's completely current there. She has all insurance. I believe that's part of what he needed to supply for us, but we can't accept her documentation to reinstate him. She says she has a pretty good rapport with him, and he's in and out of her office, but he has not called me since I've spoken to her 2 weeks ago and told her it was progressing to disciplinary.
Looks like we're
Probable cause, I'm sorry.
We could ask him, I mean, we could force him to come up here.
The board's determination today is
I know,
whether probable
right.
cause exists to proceed to a disciplinary hearing.
That I know, but I'm saying that's the end result, getting him here. I think we got enough to get him here.
Yeah, I think we moved probable cause. I just
Let's,
didn't
let's
know
move
what
to
we-
probable cause.
We're already at the probable cause
I mean,
stage.
no,
the disciplinary.
disciplinary hearing. You confuse me.
So, Mr. Chairman, as you're aware, in order for notice to go out, the board would need to vote on that, of course, but specify which.
Yeah, I know, that's what that's my next go around.
Okay, perhaps 18-37 subsection 5 would be a good place to start if Ms. Hampton would like to bring that up. Subsection C is finishing a job without a permit and resulting in a missed inspection.
We'll proceed with that? You agreed to that?
I don't, yes,
Proceed with the
Yes.
disciplinary hearing based on that violation,
yes.
as he stated.
Do I need to restate that?
I think that's the only one we really need.
My opinion, that would be the most
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah.
But just before you make that vote, let's allow Ms. Hampton to bring that up for everyone to
Yeah.
review.
Let her pull it
18-37,
up.
sub 15. It's 15C. Excuse me.
There.
Mr. Chairman, my apologies, was there never a permit pulled? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
After the fact.
Excuse me, pardon me, it'd be subsection B, which would be failure to obtain an inspection.
Yeah, that's the one. Entertain a motion to take it to the disciplinary hearing based on the violation of Chapter 18, Article 2, Paragraph 15,
Subsection B?
yeah.
Motion.
Subparagraph B.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Being none, yep, the disciplinary hearing is approved as per the violation quoted. Thank you. We'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Madam Secretary,
No other items for the board.
being no further business before this board, it is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for being here for a change.